The Purchase and the Promise. The dust rose like a ghost from the dry Wyoming road as the wagon creaked toward Red Creek Ranch. Elias Ward stood waiting beside the corral fence, hat low against the afternoon glare, his broad shoulders casting a long shadow over the earth. He had buried his wife 2 winters ago, and in all that time, the silence of the ranch had never stopped echoing. When the wagon halted, 2 women stepped down, one with quiet fear, the other with defiant eyes that refused to bow. The elder, Clara Monroe, was no stranger to pride or hardship. She held her sister's hand as though it were the last thread keeping them from falling apart. May Monroe, barely 19, looked at everything as if the ground itself might betray her. The driver handed Elias a folded paper, debt transfer, signed and sealed. It meant the sisters now belonged to him, in labor if not in soul. The thought sat bitter in his chest. He had paid to clear the Monroes' gambling debts, not to own anyone, but the law of the frontier seldom cared for a man's conscience. Clara's gaze met his squarely. Her voice, though trembling, carried the strength of someone who had already lost too much. "You paid for us," she said quietly. "Now what will you do with us?" Elias removed his hat, as if the question demanded reverence. "You'll work," he replied. "You'll eat. And when your debt's repaid, you'll go." She searched his eyes for cruelty, found only exhaustion. For a moment, her anger faltered. Then she nodded, drawing May closer. The ranch stretched wide behind them. Endless fences, low barns, the scent of sunburnt hay. It was a kingdom built on sweat and loneliness. The wind carried a faint whistle through the grass, the kind that made people remember the ones they'd lost. Inside the main house, Elias offered them a corner room that still smelled faintly of his late wife's lavender soap. He noticed Clara pause near the door, tracing a finger over the worn table, the faded quilt. He almost spoke, then stopped. Words meant little here. At supper, silence was their companion. May ate timidly, eyes flicking between her sister and the rancher. Clara ate with deliberate calm, like a soldier in enemy territory. Elias chewed slowly, lost in thought, aware of every sound. The scrape of spoon, the soft sigh that escaped Clara's lips when she thought no one heard. When night fell, Elias lingered outside on the porch, the stars cold and sharp above him. Somewhere beyond the hills, coyotes cried to the moon. He thought of his wife, how she used to hum while tending the fire, how her laughter once filled the house. That sound was gone now, replaced by the